Welcome back, you sorry lot. It's Boris Beetle here, and welcome to another Third Age Total War Reforged online battle replay. We've got a pretty nice one for you today, 3v3 on the lovely sunny plains of Pelennor Fields, just in front of the White City over there. So, without further ado, let's get cracking. We'll start with the blue team. I'm going to go across, like this, and then to the other side, and vice versa. So, we'll start with the blue team. First faction is Dale, commanded by Vislak, our very own cunt. That's with a K. That's his clan, I think. No, I'm not calling him, But yes, anyway, he is playing as Dale, and he is bringing around 1, 2, 3, 4 units of Dale's men over here. Some kind of cannon fodder based unit. For his cav, he's bringing a couple of Earls and a Dalian cavalry, who are extremely rapid, so you have to be careful with those. He's also bringing the one, the only, the Dragon Slayers, which are extremely potent missile and infantry unit, and his general is not in there. I don't know where he is in fact. For his archer line, he is bringing 1, 2, 3 Dalian marksmen, who are also very, very good, because when they get into melee, they whack out these sod-off great axes. Where are they? Just here, look. And they can wreck lives and destroy dreams. For his main infantry line, he is bringing an assortment of late town pikemen, late time spearmen, and he's bringing some where are they? Some Dale Swordmasters are in here, just there. I can't hover over them. Well, they're in there, trust me. And for his general unit, I think, if I'm not mistaken, he is bringing a unit of the Dalian Paladins. Yes, because there is his Dale rocking out with the gold trim. He knows how to roll. Anyway, let's move on. Was known to the side to the red team. His direct opponent, who will be facing, is DI Savage Paradox, who is controlling Dol Amroth. His front line consists of Tineth Air Marksmen and Dol Amroth Archers. For his main infantry line, he is bringing the same kind of strategy as Vislak, combining everything in one big blob over here, maybe just to try and make it difficult for you to see what he's doing. But anyway, he's bringing an assortment of Dol Amroth pikes, one on this flank and one on the far flank over there. I don't know if you can see. A shit ton of Dol Amroth men-at-arms, and in amongst them he has some Eldalond halberdiers, one of the best units that Dol Amroth has to offer for its standard line infantry, in my opinion. He's also bringing 2 Belfast Marines, so those javelins will be excellent help against the more heavily armoured units of Dale. And for his cavalry, he is bringing 1 Knight of the Silver Swan, 1 White Knight, and he is bringing 1 Doran Ernil Lancers. Now, I'm not too sure whereabouts his general is hanging. Actually, his general is hanging in the White Knight unit. Very classy thing to do right there. So let's whiz over to the other side again, to the next red team, who is Umbar, commanded by Starling. I hope he does me proud today, because Umbar is in fact my RP faction. So he's bringing for his archers the Abrazanim Nadu Bawib, or as I like to call them, the Abracadabra Archers. He's bringing 3 units to those. For his infantry line, he's bringing a couple of Belagar Halberds, who are very good. I think they can almost stand up to the Eldalond Halberdiers for Dol Amroth, but we'll have to wait and see for that. He's bringing the absolute dream crushers over here, the Harbingers of Castamere. I think he has 2 of those, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, he does. He has 2 of those. He's also bringing some Corsair Savages. Very, very cheap, very lightly armoured, but can do a lot of damage in close quarters. Back here, he is hiding some Corsair Blackguards, a very, very strong javelin and melee unit. He's bringing some Corsairs, just standard Corsairs. They're only 150 florins, and they're basically not worth too much apart from soaking up arrows, so that's maybe what he's going to do with them. He's also bringing the Abrazanim Naduzaga, or the Abracadabra infantry, and for his cavalry units he is bringing 2 units of merchants. Maybe, just maybe, he has some Castamere's Rangers in here, but we'll have to wait and see for that later on. So let's go back over to the other side, to the other red team. The next red team is commanded by Mr. Tot, or Xmr Tot. I don't know how he wants me to say that, but I'm sure he'll correct me. For his infantry, let's start with his infantry. Again, they seem to be doing this blobbing up technique here. I don't know what it actually does. I think if you mix your shielded units with units like halberdiers, for example, who aren't very well protected from missile fire, if you are fired upon by the enemy, then these shields will kind of absorb the majority of the impact, which could help save lives. So I think this is why they are doing it like this. So I think his general unit is the Tarnostian Guard. Interesting choice. So they're very, very high in defense, but pretty shitty at output. Again, he's bringing a ton of Dol Amroth men-at-arms in the center, combined with the Eldalond halberdiers. I don't know if he is bringing any pikes. I don't think he's bringing any pikes from what I can see. For his cavalry, he's bringing 2 Knights of the Silver Swan and a White Knight here. He's also bringing for his archers some Nimrod Rangers, which are very, very good archers. They're AP for the moment, that is, and they can do a lot of damage to heavily armored units and other archers. They can just slay them like nothing. Anyway, for the rest of his archers, he's just bringing some tier air marksmen, 3 of those. Let's whiz on back over to the blue team and the final army. Oh, looks so Starling has chucked some Warlords of Umbar and some Castamir's Chosen all the way out on this left flank. I thought his army looked small, and that's the reason. So he's going to support his Isengard ally here, who is commanded by the one and the only Glowbox, who is also a cunt now, I believe. K-U-N-T, again, I must stress. So he's bringing 2 units of Warg Riders, and over on this left flank he is bringing Champions of the White Hand. In amongst them he has some Trolls of the White Hand, which are extremely deadly, and just in front of them he has his general unit, which is the Nazkai Bodyguard, and just next to them he has some Nazkai. So we've got a very strong left flank here by Glowbox. His main infantry line is just 1, 2, 3, 4, I think 4 units of Uruk-hai infantry and 2 units of guards of the Orthanc. His right flank is consisting of 2 units of Berserkers and those 2 Warg Riders that we saw earlier. So let's run on over to the third and the final Red Army, which is the Woodland Realms, commanded by Son of the Dunedain. And for his cavalry, he is bringing 2 units of Eldar Pathfinders. 1, 2, yep. For his archer corps, he is bringing Woodland Sentinels, who are very, very good, got a lot of ammunition, and they have AP arrows as well. He's bringing 2 units of Hiri Bane, and he is bringing, of course, as you would do, the Eldar Royal Council, which are a very, very good infantry unit after they've used up all of their ammunition. For his infantry line, he is bringing some units of Forest Bladesmen. I think he's bringing 3 of them in total, 4 of them maybe, and then 2 Forest Wardens, which are basically the same thing, but they have spears. So they pokey, they slashy. There you go. And for his final infantry units, should I say, he is bringing some here and Experiment, and I believe around here and around here he has 2 hidden units of the Sindar Blade Masters. There we go. So we're going to start on this side because things kick off almost immediately. So I hope you enjoy, and let's get cracking. So let's whack off that pause and turn this down to 1 speed. Come on, Boris, you know what you're doing here. And he's gonna, so Glowbox is advancing very hard with all of his infantry, and the Son of the Dunedain is going to push forward his Eldar Pathfinders and go straight into these juicy units right here. Let's get this charge. Boom! Absolutely deadly. Just look at those Uruk-hai infantry drop. Almost half of their numbers lost on a single charge. Now it looks like the Starling is going to push hard with his Warlords of Umbar straight into this Forest Bladesman unit. Let's take this out. Oh, a very similar situation here. In fact, even worse. Jeepers creepers. They just absolutely destroyed that unit there. 11 left out of a unit of 71. So that was a very, very good trade-off just for one Warlord there. In fact, they only have 7 left, so that was an incredibly effective charge. So it looks like Glowbox is trying to ward off these cavalry by sending over some of his elite units and his trolls, but the Son of the Dunedain is not going to have any trifle with them, and he's just going to send all of his stuff back to hit the vulnerable backlines of the Uruk-hai infantry. But it looks like Glowbox is now going to go on the offensive on his right flank with his Warg Riders, going to be munching through those lines of Forest Bladesmen over there. As you can see, this charge not as effective, but against the Forest Bladesmen who do not have anti-cav, they will do quite a number on them, and he's going to be very cheeky and start cheesing his way through kind of abusing the mechanic of the game a little bit, but you know it's there to be used, and he's using it. So here we can see the infamous Sindar Blade Masters, which have just revealed themselves and have done a little number on these Warlords of Umbar, these poor Warlords. But there you go. So he's also pushed through with his Castamere Chosen, and some of the Dune line is going to then try and hold them at bay, or keep them at bay, should I say, with the Sindar Blade Masters. So as you see, it's very offensive, very immediately. I don't know if the Elven player has had much of a chance to utilise his archers, because maybe with as you can see over here, not many dead. Oof, that was incredible. Look at the impact of that charge against some very valuable Berserker units. So this is what you get when you have your very unarmoured infantry on the flank. Sometimes they can be vulnerable to cav charges. Looks like some of the Dunedain is going to be chasing down these Warlords of Umbar. I think this might be a micro mistake. That's why, don't forget everyone, I think the best policy to use is guard mode when fighting, so your men don't run after useless targets. So it looks like this Hirenek Spearman unit have been pretty beaten up, and Globox is pushing very hard on his left flank right now. Let's have a look. Where are the Pathfinders? The Pathfinders are taking a little bit of a break, I think, gathering some momentum before coming in to find their next targets. We've got some champions to the right hand who have been munching their way through the back lines, using the game mechanics to full effect. It looks like the Hirebang are going to maybe shoot one of their arrows off. So Globox is doing an extremely good job of kind of neutralising their archer threat right now. Which is very good because, of course, against the elves, the last thing you want them to be able to use is their archers against you and watch your beautiful troops get slain from afar. So yes, I've decided to go with some new music this time. I don't know what you guys think of it, please let me know. I think it adds quite well to the dynamic of the battle right now. So basically we've got a kind of a stalemate situation in that Globox is hammer and anviling with his cav, and so is Son of Inladris. So it looks like Son of Inladris is going to be able to relieve pressure on his left flank. It seems to be doing very well and done a very big number on this Castamere Chosen unit. Oh, here comes the Warlords of Umbar. Oh, well that was good timing, wasn't it? So it looks like the Elven General has been slain by none other than Starling himself and those Warlords of Umbar, getting a good charge off and killing that Elven General, which is what we love to see, dead generals. Tragic, but it's still lovely. Let's do some more panoramic shots of the battlefield. So it looks like, for the moment, especially this unit here, Globox is doing a good job of isolating certain units and surrounding them and kind of butchering them with very elite troops like the Nazkai over here and the Nazkai bodyguard, which are in the centre and which have annihilated the rest of the Elven archers. So the elves now have no archers left to bring to bear. But however, the Elvish player is doing very well on his left flank, so he could turn this around. Again, the champions of the right hand coming in for another rear charge onto some of the more vulnerable Sindar Blade Masters who don't have too much armour and are not very good against cav, I do not think. So he's just going to be running around with them, getting hammer and anvils here and everywhere, and so is the Elven player. Getting some nice hammer and anvils on his left flank. On his right flank, excuse me, trying to alleviate some of the pressure that is starting to form over here. These Eldar Pathfinders are very, very good. I'd recommend bringing them to a battle. I think I used them yesterday, and they did hold up pretty well against Rohan cavalry, and that's saying something on this patch. Looks like Globox is pulling away I think I know what he's doing here. He's quite clever. He's pulling away a weaker unit of these Urukai infantry to try and force the Elvish player to actually not be able to get a charge off on his more elite units in the centre over here. That being said, in that just one charge, they almost destroyed. Let's just go with destroyed. Almost destroyed that unit entirely through there. So it looks like we have some action coming off in the middle of the battlefield. It looks like who is coming over here? Examar Tot is now actually going to be sending over some of his own cavalry to assist his Elven ally, which could spell good night for Globox and his Urukai warriors. So the Elvish player is still going pretty strong, still got a big cavalry presence on the field. However, his infantry is not faring so well. Nazkai bodyguard doing a number on the rest of those units over there. Oh, looks like Starling was going to charge, but then stopped. I think maybe he was microing somewhere else. So it looks like Umbar's going to be sending over his some of his merchants. Looks like Dale is also coming over to join the fray as well. So he's going to get a nice charge off on the back of that Knights of the Silver Swan unit. But now Exemartot's going to turn around and commit the rest of his cav against the much weaker merchants, which could spell good night as well for the merchant cavalry of Umbar. It looks like they're holding up okay. The merchants only cost 500 florins, and I think the Knights of the Silver Swan cost around 1,000. So a nice rear charge there from the White Knights. Oh, it looks like one of them just got wrecked by this dude here. Well played, sir. Well played. So Stalin's going to commit the rest of his cavalry in now. I don't know how I feel about this. I think he might have been able to use that a bit later, because his Elven Isengard was kind of almost dead anyway. He could have maybe utilised his cav to go for more vulnerable targets such as archers. But there we go. So it looks like the Umbar cavalry is going to be soundly defeated by the Knights of the Silver Swan and the White Knights. Let's whiz them back over here to the middle. So we're just remainder of the elves and Isengard, who have just absolutely destroyed one another on this left flank here. But it looks like Isengard is going to come out on top, just completely cutting down the rest of these Pathfinders. So it looks like Isengard is going to emerge victorious, but at a heavy cost. He only has some guards of the Orthanc and some Nazkai bodyguard left, I believe. Let's have a quick gander around here. Yes, I believe that's the only thing he has left. And a couple of the champions of the White Hand. However, his general is still alive, which is pretty important. But it looks like the Knights of the Silver Swan are now going to come for vengeance on the part of their Elven ally. We're going to charge straight into the face of the Nazkai bodyguard, which took it like an absolute boss. I don't think they've lost anyone yet. Wow, that's pretty insane. Lesson learned, do not charge Nazgai bodyguard face on. Oof. Just littering the ground with the dead horses of the Lamroth cavalry over there. So yes, oh wow. In fact, I don't think they took a single casualty on that charge. I really hope they fix cavalry soon and some of the heavy infantry. But there we go. So it looks like Exemartot's is having none of that, and he's gonna pull right back. Now we haven't missed too much, in fact, from the other four armies, because we are still, I believe, more or less in the skirmish phase. It looks like these Sinath air marksmen are out of ammunition. So are these. So are these. We have some Nimrodar rangers that have a few volleys left in them, probably. The Lamroth archers from DI Paradox still going strong. Well, that one is anyway. The rest of them do not have any missiles left, so it looks like it's a bit of a Mexican standoff right now. Vislak still has some volleys left in him, so this might be very good for the Dale players. And Umbar, how's Umbar doing? Yeah, Umbar's still got a few volleys left in him too. Maybe trying to pick off some of the more elite infantry. But it looks like if you look at the little bodies on the ground here, that Umbar did not fare so well in this engagement. That being said, he did manage to neutralise a lot of these very, very expensive Nimrodar Rangers, and very deadly Nimrodar Rangers, shall I say, who decided to pull back over here. So it looks like over here we have the remains of the battle. Yep, Globox is just going to push the remainder of his troops around the back here, over here, and wait for a second, just so his men can probably get a bit more freshened up. Exemartot, however, does still have a cavalry presence here on Umbar's left flank, and Umbar cannot do anything about that, so he may have to be careful with that. Come on, boys, are we going to have any action right now? What I can imagine is happening right now is that each of the teams are kind of discussing strategy on the Discord channel and figuring out the best policy to deal with the enemy. Now, from a Dalian perspective, I believe it would be better for him just to stay where he is, because he does have missile superiority. Or what he could simply do is advance his archers forward a little bit, try and get in range of the infantry lines, and try and slay a few of those men through missile fire as well. So do you know what, guys? I think I'm going to speed this up, because it looks like it's pretty uneventful for the time being. So let's zoom right out to make sure that we don't miss any cheeky flank charges. And let's speed this up. So we've got some action from the Earls coming forward now. No, he's just edging forward right now. I think Rizek's going to be trying to test his flanks there. Oh, let's see if we can get any good volleys off here from the Dragon Slayers. See if they can get a good volley off on these turret marksmen. No, I think they're not going to bother. I think they're going to retreat, and it looks like, yeah, I think he's trying to bait out some of these archers so that his Earls can run in and finish them off. But it looks like the DI Savage Paradox is not going to have any of that. Good on him. I wonder what he's going for. Looks like he's going for the marksmen, or is he going for these units? Yeah, I think they can reach them back here. Let's wait for the next volley. Oh, the intense music's kicking in. Hopefully it'll kick in at just the right time. Well, if nothing else, we can get some nice panoramic views of these units. I'm going to speed it up again. See if these guys are going to get their act into gear. Yeah, looks like the Dalamoth players are going to start advancing forwards. Let's slow this down. Yep, the marksmen are now going to loose their volleys. Fire! Yep, as I thought, they're going to go for more of the infantry units, ignore the archers. There's no point targeting archers with your own if they're out of ammunition. Looks like Rizek's been pushing his elite units onto the right flank, but he's going to slowly start pulling them back now. Might get a first charge here. Don't know how I feel about this charge. Feels like a little bit of a waste. Yeah, into Lake Town Spears, who are actually very, very good. I'll have you know. Oh, here we go. This is what we like to see. Is that going to be pulling back right now? Looks like the Tineth there. Oh no, I see what he's doing. He's trying to bait them into the Dalesmen, who will wreck the cavalry if given a chance. So yeah, Savage Paradox is doing a very good job of pulling out and not taking the bait there. The front lines have now clashed. Let's move over here. Dalamoth men at arms and archers against Lake Town spearmen. Oh, I think that was a volley from the Crosshair Blackguards. Yes, it was. Is Stalin going to countercharge? Doesn't look like he is. Oof. Yes, he is here. Excellent. Go get it. We have a world of pokey pokies over here in the centre, but it looks like they're going to get pretty messed up, these Belgian halberds. Yes, they are dropping very quickly. And look, here we have a nice rear charge here by Mr. XMR Tot here. We go into the back of some of the vulnerable units. Yeah, it doesn't look like that the Belgian halberds can stand up to the might of the Eidolon halberds. They're just too good. Nice and Silver Swan going for a nice rear charge into some of these very elite Narduzaga units. Looks like Stalin is going to try and push on the flank, but XMR is not going to let him do it. And here what he should be doing now is sandwiching in these units right now. Harbingers of Castamere are probably easily going to take out these Dalamoth men-at-arms. Now, oh my god, they just absolutely destroyed the Belgian halberds. Also, Blackguards now in the fray. Should be able to hold them back. It looks like Dalamoth's sheer weight and numbers is just too much for the Daelian player. Lake Town Spearmen are getting chopped down by this combination. Very good work by Savage Paradox here, layering his units like this in the centre. But the Daelian Paladins are pushing hard on the right flank here. They've killed a lot of these. Oof. We missed a very good charge here from the Belfast Marines. Yes, the Dales are just not going to let them use their javelins. So good play there by Vislak. Dalesmen and the Dale Swordmasters seem to have been victorious against the Dalimroth cavalry over here. Let's have a look at the dead over here. Yes, we had a cavalry clash over here, killing a lot of the Dalimroth cavalry. The Dalimroth cavalry look very fancy, but they're not as strong as they look. So Vislak is running very strongly on his right flank right now, so he's going to be able to loop around the back and get some hammer and anvils on the main infantry line, which is very much suffering. Oh, an Umbar general has fallen! It's always sad to see that as an Umbar general myself. But yes, the Dalimroth player is pushing hard in the centre and on his right flank right now, easily besting the Dale units with his superior units. How's Umbar doing? Umbar's managed to sandwich some of the Eldland Halberdiers, but his infantry line just have not been able to stand up to these Eldland Halberdiers. They're extremely, extremely strong. So, as an Umbar player, or as any player in fact, shoot these Halberdiers, kill them before they kill you. So many of them. Balance of power is still pretty even. Oh no, it's not, excuse me, it's bloody way out. So, 78% of the blue team have been killed, compared to the red team who have only lost 61%. Yeah, so it looks like Exemartat is just going to be mopping up the rest of Starling right now. Ah, but Globax has entered the fray. Not Globax, sorry. Yes, it is Globax. Globax has entered the fray again with his Naskai bodyguard to try and give some of his allies some help on their left flank. It looks like they've done a number on these two of their marksmen. Still got some very good units left. Exemartat still has a lot of cavalry left, and the Eldland Halberdiers are not to be trifled with. Corsair Blackguards, very strong as usual, holding back the tide that is Dalimroth right now. Got some, the lines have started to fragment a little bit here, and you've got little pockets of fighting on all sides. We have Dalesmen now against some Dalimroth pikemen. Excuse me. Nice rear charge coming in from the Earls. It's difficult to say how this is going to turn out. I think the Reds might have this, but games have been won with fewer odds. These paladins are very strong. Swordmasters, I think they are still alive. Just loving this battle. Unfortunately, Globax does not have enough troops left to lend assistance to his allies. And Umbar just got steamrolled. Oh, the Dalimroth general has been slain, so Globax has now got some revenge for his... no, actually. Excuse me. So we have 2 dead red enemy generals. Exemartat has got lots of units left over. He doesn't know what to do with them. Going to override. Nice charge there from the Earls. It's like Exemartat's going to go for the rear of the Dale units over here, who are starting to surround and swarm the Ice Savage Paradox right now. Nice rear charges there. Look at all the dead bodies. This is what we love to see. This is why we play these games. I think he's going to try and counter the cav with these paladins right now. Yes, he is. Yeah, he should destroy those white knights. There aren't many Earls left, however. So it looks like it's going to be boiling down here to this this last clump over here. What are the percentages at? 93% to 81. But Dale does have some quite elite units left, and they could maybe start to turn this percentage favour more even. Oh, nice! Just saw a paladin go flying there. The Dale in general has to be very careful right now. Will he be destroyed? Let's have a look. No, he's managed to take one out. He's sneaking up, he's edging. He might strike soon. Look at this guy, he's holding a shield and a torch. What a badass. Oh, another Dolamuth general has been slain. So it looks like all of the red generals have been killed in battle. And one of the blue, yes, Umbar's general did die earlier. Don't know where Exterminator is going. Ah, he's going to be countering the threat, the remaining threat that is Glowbox. These Nazkai should kill these Dolamuth men at arms. However, the Eldorland Halberdiers could spell Nighty Night for the Nazkai body unit. Where is the general? Looks like he's going to try and pull out of there. Yes, he is. But yes, oh, these units are so good. I think, yeah, there goes Glowbox's general. I think the Eldorland Halberdiers should be getting a nerf to the next patch, because they are a little too strong for what they are right now, and the Dolamuth men at arms should be getting a buff because they're a little weak for what they are now. So hopefully it should. The balancing is a long process, but hopefully it'll be done sooner rather than later. Again, let's give another shout out to the players. So thank you very much, Vizlak, for sending me this replay, even though it looks like you're going to lose. Most people, when they send me replays, it's normally because they win. but there you go. So thank you very much for the replay. It's very cinematic. And also, for those of you who are not on it yet, if you are a big Third Age fan, or Medieval 2 Total War fan, or Total War fan in general, I would recommend joining the Third Age Total War Reforged Discord. Just type in Third Age Reforged and you'll find it. It's just an application you can either download, or you can either just access it through the website itself. Get yourself a mic and get speaking to the thousands of players that are currently signed up for Discord. The Dale General looks like he's going to have a nice last stand here. Let's watch his progress and see if he gets killed by a Halberdier unit, which I probably think he will. And for those of you who have watched up until this point, I am very grateful. Any of you that I get is always a pleasure to see, even if it's only 2 minutes. Still awesome. And I'm trying to load videos more frequently. I think I might be getting more involved in the Third Age Total War Reforged Discord content making thing. They just gave me a new status. I don't know if I'll take that away, but that should be pretty good. So hopefully you guys should be getting more and more content, and hopefully I'll try and be collaborating with some other YouTubers, hopefully J Monster or Sultan, Eddard Stark, to try and get some nice different videos going. So a bit of replays with maybe twists. So this Dale in general is just not gonna die. He doesn't want to die. And Visit still has 3 Earls that are just pestering the lines. It looks like Glowbox has managed to sneak a few Nazkai through here too. Oh, there's some Dragon Slayers over here as well. I didn't notice them before. There's 9% in this. Some Swordmasters over here. Where is the Dalian General? He hasn't perished yet. There he is. Is that him? No, he's not him. There he is. Let's stick with him. Oh, there you go. The rest of the Earls died there. Looks like he's slowly going to get swarmed. Stabbed by on all sides. This poor daily in general. He's given it all he's got, bless him. It looks like he's going to perish. Oh, 100% of the allies killed. I don't think that's true. Okay, so that's probably going to be the end of the battle. Let me speed this up. Still going. Look at him. Just alone in the sea of Dilemmoth players. The soldiers, should I say. Or both, really. Ah, he's got this one dude helping him out, look. Still 9% in it. Oh, yes. Look at him picking his targets. This guy. Oh, he looks like he's going to fall soon. There we go. Stabbed in the back. What a way to go. But he fought for it, didn't he? But there we go. That's the replay finished. Again, thank you for watching, those of you who have watched, and especially if you watched up to this point. And let's quickly look at the stats. So, who's going to get the most kills? Vislak has the most kills. Shortly followed by Savage Paradox, then Mr. Tot, then Glowbox, then the Son of the Doomline, then Starling. But there we go. There you go, everyone. And I'll catch you all next time. Goodbye.